I don't always make videos, but when I do, I make videos about the JLPT, I guess. So, as you can see, I have new glasses. I actually have two pairs of new glasses. I have a more conservative pair, and I have this pair. This pair is walking on the wild side for me, and I still don't know if I fit in these at all. People I know tells me they add personality, which I find sort of offensive, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Let me show you the other ones. I like these better myself because they're more in line with what I'm used to wearing. Anyway, back in July 2nd, I was in Scotland, Edinburgh, and I took the JLPT N4. Last time I took the JLPT, it was N5, and it was in London, and I was really nervous and everything. I'd studied for a year and a half at that point, so I was still like fairly confident-ish, and I got like the total score on a JLPT is 180 points, and I got, I think, just over 100 that time. So I passed, but it felt like it was kind of sort of close. It was like 55% out of all possible scores or something. This time, when I did N4, which is the level above, not below, don't get confused by the numbers, I passed again. But I found out today because I think they will contact me at some point with the results like that. But you can go in, if you've done the JLPT, you can go online and check the results at a certain date. And for the Asian areas, you can, I don't know, you can look at it pretty soon, apparently. But for other countries in the world, like Europe, North America, Africa, South America, it starts on today, August 23rd at 10 a.m. Japanese time. So I went up this morning when I woke up. I just checked the results and I had passed. But I had passed with a bit higher result than I was expecting. Last time I got an A on vocabulary and grammar, but B on listening. This time I got A across the board. My score in language knowledge was 104 out of 120, and listening 52 out of 60. So with a total of 156 out of 180, which is honestly a lot better than I was expecting. Because when I was doing the test, I was of course like thinking like I finished like 5-10 minutes before the end of each section, except for the listening. So I had time to go over again to see like, this is probably right, this is probably right, this I know is right, this is might be wrong, this is probably wrong, I just guessed on this one, etc., etc. So with that high of a score, I think I actually, even the listening, I think I actually had some luck with my guesses those times that I wasn't sure, but I think, okay, I'm not sure, but I think this one. A lot of the times when I do that in other parts of life and question stuff, I pick wrong. When it's 50-50, I go the wrong way, usually, like especially when taking directions. Now, fairly soon, I will be replacing my N5 diploma with an N4 diploma, although it will probably be sent out to me when I'm already in Japan, but that's fine, I guess. I just have to give them my new address. Japan, yes, I'm going, hopefully in 30-some days, but more on that later. So a little something about the actual test when I was there in Scotland. I got a Scotland. The test was, I think, I got there Friday night. The test was on Sunday. This time I didn't even bring my phone. I didn't want. I was, even though I would have turned it off, I was afraid that it was going to somehow come back to life and ruin me. So and devour my chances. Or something. So I didn't take my phone. I just took the necessary stuff, and it worked fine. And the voucher thing again, I did I did like 3 versions. Two with the photo printed onto the paper, and one with the photograph just taped onto the paper. And I think I gave them the one with the tape on it, and there was no problems. But I had the others in backup because I'm not entirely sure what they mean. And they say, like, the dimensions of the photograph is not the exact dimensions that I get when I get a photograph. So I'm like, are they gonna be like really, really strict with this stuff or not? But no, they no problems at all. There were maybe 20 people or so taking my level of the test. I recognized one Swedish girl. I heard, actually, when I was going into the place, her mother was walking out like, "Hey, have a good one. Good luck." The test was in a school. It was the University of Edinburgh, one of the places. The house looked like like every other place in Edinburgh Old Town, like an old castle or something. The interior was just like any place, except for like a nice marble staircase or something in there. I came there a bit early. I set out to wait more than an hour, I think, but can't be too early when you're nervous. I brought the same pencils that I had at my last test. I figured if they were good enough for that test, they're good enough for this one. I'll probably keep this little tradition going and bring them to the next test as well, which I'm not sure when it'll be. I don't think that I'll be going for N3 this Christmas, this winter in December. I don't think so. It's too soon. It's too soon. Maybe next summer, but then that depends how fast I learn at the Japanese school. It could be really fast that I'm like, next summer I'll be like, fuck it, I'll take N2. Or I'll just be like, I think I will still do N3. Just first because I feel like I like to do them in order, and second because I always second guess myself anyway. So even if I'm like super fluent, then I'll still be like, oh, not really. So I guess I'm sort of like the Japanese in that way, because they always like, oh, do you speak English? But oh, just a little. When they in fact speak pretty well and enough to make themselves understood. So yeah, I passed, and something you do when you finish a video.